Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you could join me today as I share some of the best budgeting tips for new parents. Becoming a parent is one of the most amazing joys in life. But it also brings a whole new level of financial responsibility. My wife and I just welcomed our first child 6 months ago. And let me tell you, managing money with a newborn has been an adventure. In today's video, I want to provide you with my top budgeting tips as both an entrepreneur and a new dad. My goal is to help you feel more confident and in control as you navigate this new chapter of parenthood and personal finance. Tip number 1: track your spending. The first and most important step when budgeting as a new parent is to start tracking what you're currently spending. Break down all of your expenses into categories like housing, transportation, food, childcare, etc. You can use an app like Mint or create a simple spreadsheet. The goal is to get a complete picture of where your money is going. This will allow you to start making strategic cuts and adjustments. We were shocked to see how much we were spending on takeout and delivery after having the baby. Quick meals became a habit when we were exhausted. Just being aware of that overspending allowed us to cut back and save hundreds of dollars per month. Tip number 2: plan for fluctuating income. As an entrepreneur and dad, I know income can be unpredictable. 1 month business is booming, and the next 2 are slow. Royalties and ad revenue fluctuate as well. So it's important to budget and live below your means, especially right after having a baby. Keep overhead low and have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses set aside in your emergency fund. This will allow you to ride out any income drops without going into debt. I like to be conservative with my income projections. Overestimate expenses and underestimate earnings. That way, those fluctuations are less stressful. Tip number 3: make and freeze meals. Alright, let's get practical. One budget saver every new parent needs to know is make ahead freezing meals. Having healthy, homemade meals stocked cuts down on takeout spending and saves you time. My wife spends 1 day a week batch cooking freezer meals, soups, chili, casseroles, etc. We thaw them out throughout the week for easy dinners. Grocery costs stay low because she plans recipes around what's on sale. We also did meal trains with family and friends who each brought over a meal after the baby arrived. Having that freezer stocked with delicious food was clutch during those blurry-eyed newborn months. Tip number 4: buy and borrow gently used. Here is an area you can really save as a new parent: buying and borrowing used instead of new. First, don't feel like you need to buy every baby gadget and gizmo on the market. Stick to the essentials. And look for gently used items on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or consignment sales. We saved hundreds getting a used crib, stroller, baby carriers, toys, and clothes. Then we were able to pass them on and recoup some of that money. We also borrowed a lot too: baby monitors, books, activity mats. Anything that you use for a short phase, borrow. And use libraries for story time and other baby activities. Tip number 5: lower the thermostat. Alright, this tip isn't glamorous, but it saves a lot of money. If you're willing to put on a sweater and cozy socks, you can really cut utility bills by keeping the thermostat lower. We keep our home around 68 degrees in the winter, and we let the temperature rise a bit higher in unused rooms. This takes a little adjusting, but our gas and electric bills dropped by over $100 a month. That's a lot. Your newborn definitely needs a warm nursery. But for the rest of the home, dress warmly and use blankets to keep costs down. Tip number 6: have fun for free. Life with a new baby can feel boring at times. You're home a lot, but you're also really tired. I recommend finding free and low-cost ways to get out of the house and have fun as a family. We love going for walks and hikes together. The local library has a great free story hour and music class. Many gyms offer free childcare while parents work out. And parks, beaches, window shopping, museums, and zoos all provide fun family time. Connecting with other new parents is also so valuable. We formed a weekly walking group that's a sanity saver. All these activities get us out of the house without hurting the budget. Tip number 7, slash monthly bills. This next tip takes a bit more time and effort, but it can add up to huge savings. And that's cutting monthly bills by finding cheaper options and negotiating rates. Like I mentioned earlier, lower your utilities any way you can, thermostat, unplugging devices, etc. Call companies to negotiate rates. We saved $40 a month just doing this with our internet provider. Shop around for cheaper insurance and cell phone plans. Meal plan to drop that grocery bill. Pay off high-interest debts that are costing you. Cancel unused subscriptions and gym memberships. Every dollar counts when your family grows. Tip number 8, reduce transportation costs. Alright mamas and papas, let's talk transportation. This is often one of the biggest budget items for families. Here are some creative ways we've reduced our transportation spending. We sold one of our vehicles and are down to just one car. This saves on insurance, registration, repairs, etc. I take over dropping off and picking up from daycare so my wife can use the car for work. I walk, ride my bike or scooter. We utilize public transportation or carpool when possible. We combine multiple errands into one trip to limit driving time. I work from home several days a week to limit my commute. Getting creative with transportation allowed us to save hundreds of dollars each month. See what options could work for your family situation. Tip number 9, create a realistic budget. Alright, time for the big picture. All these saving tips are great, but they mean nothing without an actual budget that guides your spending. A budget is just a plan for how much you will spend in each area based on income and savings goals. It keeps you focused and accountable. So take some time to create a detailed budget each month. Make sure to include irregular expenses like car repairs, medical copays, etc. Budget realistically so it's something you can stick to. Automate and track spending to stay on plan. Having a solid budget gave me so much peace of mind as a new dad and business owner. Financial security for my family means everything to me. A budget helps us achieve that. Tip number 10, find your village. My last tip today is not about money, but it has everything to do with surviving and thriving as new parents. And that is find your village. Raising kids truly takes a village. None of us can do this alone. So build up your community however works for your family, online groups, new parent meetups, places of worship, extended family, etc. Having people to share advice, encourage you and lend a hand is priceless. We all need help sometimes, whether that's a shoulder to cry on, a date night away, or just someone to hold the baby while you shower. Don't try to go it all alone. Connection and community make parenthood doable and even enjoyable. Lean on your people, and then be there for others when they need it. Alright, those are my top 10 budgeting tips for new parents. Let me know in the comments below if this video was helpful to you. Share any of your own money-saving hacks. And make sure you grab my free budgeting workbook to help you get started. Just click the link in the description. Having a baby is such an amazing whirlwind. Learning to manage money and life with a newborn can definitely be challenging. But you've got this. Stay focused on what matters most, loving and enjoying each new day together as a family. Wishing you all the very best on this journey into parenthood. Thank you so much for watching.